Well, earlier on today, there was a bomb blast in Kano, and unfortunately, it happened in a residential area. That was a very bad one and a very bad omen for the security architecture of Nigeria, considering the state of the nation, security wise, not leave even let leave economy and food security and all of that alone, but security of lives and property wise, the the texture of the Nigerian system is a bit very, very sensitive at the moment. But then, had that happened, cost us the lives of about 5% and several persons injured. Well, may the dead rest in perfect peace. And of course, I hope the security agencies will do the needful. The earlier we rise to this menace, the better. It's coming into town now. It's no more in the forest, but they are bringing it to town. All right, let's watch this video where former Governor Sule Lamido made very, very sensitive confessions about the June 12th the involvement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the June 12th annulment, and how he was in support of President then head of state Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida in the annulment of that election, that he was a part of the system. In fact, his mother was a part of that annulment. They joined hand with, though he said that he had nothing to lose or he had nothing to gain by destroying or trying to mess up the person of the president. But then he made these statements. I want us to watch this video and draw conclusions in a moment.
I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive. Please go. Luckily, we're all alive. We're all there. We're all, participants in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the middle of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abacha took over government. Before then, he was in the Senate, was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12th. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing Lagos marching women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply history. I mean no harm. Don't mean to embarrass him. But then you see, he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. Now, when Babangida saw the fact that he was having a problem with the party, he went to the National Assembly to address them. One infamous speech was, they are trying to incite you. It is you they are against. Tinubu was there, and the IU became very, very firm and straight on the issue of June 12th. He called a meeting, then being the only senior elected person in government at that time, as Senate President. He convened a meeting in Edo, in Benin, working there with the governor, where we went there and reaffirmed our commitment to June 12th. All right? Babangida was so angry with IU. When he came by, he removed him and put in a better arrow. He put him there so that, so that they can be aligned to Babangida, political kind of machinations. So when Tinubu today, after being a Nigerian president, decided to rewrite history, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida support of June 12th. He was part of it. Now, it was only when Abacha took over government that Tinubu then became our so-called activist of June 12th. Not only all those who are talking about June 12th in Edeko, I mean no harm, I mean no disrespect. I'm simply saying what happened during that time. All of them, those who were in Edeko, where were they on June 11th? They had no part in June 12th. They are not part of June 12th campaign. They are not part of the June 12th activities. What they are never, because most of them are saying they should down look. All of them. Because they don't believe that it won't work out. So when Abiola won the election, and then after the annulment, they are all very, very passive. But suddenly, after Abacha came on board, removing Sonekam, they became activists. They formed NEDEFCO. NEDEFCO was opposed to Abacha, was opposed to election formation. NEDECO was something which was formed, to fight Abacha, not to fight democracy, not to fight for Junta. So whatever Tinubu is doing today is simply reconstructing history the way he thinks it's going to fit his own political interests. But then obviously he was a major supporter of Babangida. Ask Babangida, ask him. So when you talk about, honoring June 12, what are those characters? Ebute Ere, somebody who replaced Ayu for sending for June 12? Who are the others? All of them. So he ran away. We stayed behind. We fought Junta. We fought Abacha. I was detained, because of my fight with Abacha. I was detained. He was detained. So all of us, Adamu Churuma, Bola Ege, Yoche Ayu, and many others, Bagaji, all of them were there. We fought Abacha. We fought him because we were willing to risk our lives. Tinubu ran away. He was not in the country. He only came back after the whole thing was, after the call was very, very clear. So what I'm saying is, all those advocates of June 12, they are more concerned with the bath water rather than the baby. They are more concerned because most of them were at the end of the meal. When the product was being processed, they simply picked up the product. The process which produced the product, they are not there. They're not part of it. They only pick the product. And today it's not about the victor, but it's about the victory more than anything else. So we make this kind of distinction. The difference between the victory and the victor. The NEDECO were more concerned with the
Very, very sensitive allegations, like we will put it in Nigeria, being made in that place by Governor Lamido's. I keep mixing his name, Sule Lamido, in that press release. He has said that he will do everything within his power to join whatever coalition needs to be joined for, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be out of government. But then when we add all the indices together, the bomb blast and all the killings and all of that, is this another way to make the country ungovernable for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Even though he was on the forefront, calling President Goodluck Jonathan then incompetent when these things were happening at that time. But then it's now his turn, and then it's still happening. But then is it the Northerners that are making these things just look as if to make him look incompetent, or what are we driving at? I mean, this is becoming too bad. But then even if you are going to give an example and it will cost life, I don't expect that these people will use themselves as guinea pigs. You understand? And so that's where I differ in the opinion, or in the thought that it's actually being used to make the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu very incompetent and all of that. But then feel free to drop a comment, make them simple and simple. Let us know what your opinions are. God bless you.